Hey guys, Justin here. Uh, Sorry it's been so long since I've done a video. I had everything planned out to do super cool stuff, and I even filmed some of it. I've been working on it in editing process. I'm not real fast at it yet, so I apologize for that. I know everyone has just been sitting around waiting for me to post videos because that's how interesting my life is. It's extremely interesting to everybody. Anyways, I got a moment, and I've been making patch cords, XLR patch cords for the X32, which is a digital rack mixer. Use it for the band. I'm trying to use it for some other stuff, for some recording stuff. But it's a little bit too much right now for the recording stuff that I have in mind. I need to really get it patched in so that I can use all the inputs and analog outputs. When I get a chance and get it all done, I'll video it and I'll show everybody. So I know everybody is so totally interested in my life. And I did say that I've been filming all this interesting stuff. I've got all this interesting stuff planned. A lot of that footage hasn't planned out real well because I'm still new at doing this and I don't really know what I'm doing. But I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to post some stuff, and probably the best way is just to start posting things that I'm doing in my life, which is making XLR cables. So I will try to spin the camera around and I will show everybody how I'm going to make this XLR cable. So you have to trim down the end, only go maybe half an inch or so, because half an inch, 3/4 of an inch, because if you go too much, you're just going to have a big old long lead. You don't really want a super long lead. Well, that's not really working out for me. Hang on. There it is. And then all you got to do is just clean these wires up and get them all separated from the cloth packing. Then we'll twist it up, we'll clean it up real good. And then let's get rid of that packing crap. We're just going to take a pair of scissors. Trim that crap off. We don't need none of that crap. And now we'll clean this up. And then you want to trim these down so that we can use them. You're just taking the cover off of it. Clean it up the best that you can, twist it down. Is that focusing? There it is. Kinda. Sorry, I'm not using the best of equipment either for filming, because filming equipment is expensive. Super expensive. I do have a nice little zoom camera I plan on doing a review on and showing everybody what we're working with. There it is. See? Clean them up. Now you just have bare copper wires. Sorry, it's not zooming in. And for them to work properly with what you're soldering them to, you need to tin those wires. Yeah, it's kind of crappy. Here, I'm going to cheat. There we go. And I do have this little fixture, little jig or whatever, that I will use to hold the wire. And now we're going to tin those wires. You want to try to keep them wires as clean as you can, because you don't want a big old glob of crap on it. So now we use our little fixture. We'll clean off our tip a little bit. Then you want to put just a little bit on there. Now don't use a whole bunch, guys, because it don't take much. Right now we're not putting enough solder on there to actually solder it to what we're putting it to. We're just tinning those wires so that it'll stick to the end that we're attaching it to. So there you go, tinned wires. There, oh, there we go. Yeah, that looks good enough. Now, I did already previously make up these wires right here. Now this end is already ready to go, and I have this end tinned out ready to go. Now obviously there's a male and a female end to XLR cables, and this guy is the female side. No, male side, I'm sorry. Because it's the prongs are what goes into the other side. Right there. Let's see if I can't spin that around so you can see it a little bit. And I do recommend using Nutric cable, XLR cable ends, because they are the best. They're not super expensive. Also, another thing you want to keep in mind whenever you're making cables, I've made this mistake 20 times or more. Whenever you put the cable on, this little end right here, if you don't get it on there, you have to take it all back apart, because this end can't just magically magic itself onto the cable. You got to put it on there before you go. Now the trick that I always use whenever I'm making XLR cables is technically it's point to point. This end has to go to that same side, which means if that side right there is red, the red side is going to be on the other. I always put the white at the bottom anyways, because the bottom, that's technically the way it's supposed to be done. And then your shielded side would obviously be on the opposite side. It's not focusing. I don't know. I'm new at this. But the trick that I usually do is I'll take the ends and... Uh-oh. I dropped it. There it is. I'll take the end and actually put it onto the connector so that there's no confusion, as I would like to say, whenever you're soldering it. Because if point goes to point, the ground, or the shielded side, the shielding, will go to this plug right over there. I'm not real good at this filming stuff yet. So my trick is let me see if I can't spin it back around. There it is. I will hold it with that side, and then we can see the 3 prongs that we're going to solder into. So that means if, dang it, focus in. Anyways, the shielded one is on this side. So we're going to put the shielded one on that far side as well. Now, I have my little fixture here, which helps me tremendously, even though it's kind of awkward still. I will start from the back side. I'm kind of separating them out. And I know that in this slot, that guy's going to want to go in there. Now, you'll probably need to do this probably one at a time, guys, because it's kind of tricky. There we go. Slid right into the hole. Okay, now let me see if I can't get a better view on this. Okay. There it is. Oh, come on. Anyways, so I know that I'm in that slot right there, right? Now, you're going to want to warm up what you're soldering it into, correct? What I'll usually do is I'll just hold it there and then just start filling her up. And that should be enough to hold it. And actually, that's a pretty good connection right there. Now, next, we will insert that white one into the middle slot. Put it right in there. That one you can see a little bit better. That one's alright. Now, we'll do the same thing over again. Always kind of make sure that your tip is somewhat clean. It always works a little bit better. Bang. That's a pretty good connection right there. Then we will follow that one up with the red one. And like I said, we're going point to point on these guys. So the red, which is over here on this side, is going to the red right over here. Same thing with the white, same thing with the shielded one. Did I ever mention I wanted to be a hand model? Look at that. That would just be, oh, would you just, oh, just look at that. Just right there. Bam! Okay. Now we can take it out of our little fixture here. And back around to my face. My face. Now, we have our XLR. We have the end already there. We know that's going to be cleaned up. Now the 2 cables will come apart. Now there's the 2 ends. The male and the female. The thing that always throws people off is the fact whenever you put the shielding over the top is that, and of course you need your little keeper for the cable. Keeps, like if you try to yank on it or something, it's not going to come apart because that would piss you off, make you mad. So now, you know, you run that end over there. And these will only go on one way, guys. If you look in the end, there's a little groove, right? And if you're looking at it like that, there you go. It's going to, that little groove is going to go, if you're looking at it like in your face, it's it's going to go to the top right. So again, I'm sitting here looking at this thing. Where's my groove at? Somewhere around there, like that. Something or another. Most of the time, it'll only go in one way. I got it ass backwards. What a dumbass. Okay. Well, you know, I've done only 100 of these, and this one's got to fight me. Now, tighten her down, and give her the man hand on there, because you don't want the sucker coming apart. It's going to make you mad. Always makes me mad whenever these things come loose. Ooh, makes me mad. Now, there's our Nutrican. Super sexy, super awesome, super nice. There's our keeper piece. Now these will come with, the other end was a Chinese one that was shitty. But this one has a nice little groove where it slides right kind of on that. Right? So we'll load it up. We'll get it going. Sorry, this is taking a super long time. It don't usually take this long because I'm not trying to talk to somebody. Anyways, this guy, this one right here, it always has that little keeper piece. So whenever you plug it in, it don't just fall out. What always works for me is hold that little sucker upside down so that gravity pulls it down. And then there's a little spring piece. Alright? And we're going to shove that little spring piece right where. Ooh, oh, look, well, would you just, oh God, just look at it. It's just super awesome. Then, just like that other piece of crap Chinese one, except these are just better. Can you hear it clicking? Just click, click, click. Man, that one's good. These are nice. Dang it. If these aren't just freaking awesome. By the way, still working on my hand modeling career. I've turned down a couple of serious offers because it just the meat tray, just they wouldn't give me a meat tray. So anyways, so this is technically the female end, and this guy right here is the male end. And for all the liberal people that don't understand, the little thing that sticks out that goes into the hole, yeah, that makes that a female because the little thingy right here goes into that thingy right there. And voila, we have ourselves an XLR patch cable, an XLR mic cable. Not rocket science. I mean, it's taken a while because I've spent half the time talking and trying to get the camera all set up, and it's all crazy and everything, and I just don't, I'm not used to it yet. I do have another camera, but I haven't got that all stepped through yet, and hopefully it will make the, you know, the down shots a little bit better, so that I can just go back in, edit it, make it all sweet and all that stuff. Anyways, I'm going to try to cut this video at about 20 minutes. I think we're right around there right now. I apologize for rambling. I apologize for not being real good at this yet. But I knew I had to post something because y'all are just blowing me up, man. Like, I know my life is, y'all just sitting there waiting for the next video. The next video from Justin. And I am an incredibly interesting person. So that's why I did XLR cables today because that's super duper interesting. Anyways, I love you guys. Give me a message. Tell me where I did stuff wrong. Give me messages. Give me comments. Give me good likes. And if you didn't like the video, you should press the dislike button twice, because if you didn't like it, that means you really didn't like it. So you should hit it twice. Anyways, I'm out of here. See you guys.